it's your first time with us, this is Lee Allen Presents. I'm your host for this video, Leanne, and I'm joined by Alan, my co-host and wonderful fiance. As you can see from the title card, we're here with our reactions to WWE's most recent premium live event, Money in the Bank, which took place on Saturday night in London. Good old London.
Saturday night. Do you want to date it as well?
What date are we? Saturday the 1st of July.
I can see you looking at the calendar.
I was looking at my phone actually, because it's got the date of when I wrote these notes. 1st of July.
Cheats. Cheats.
Cheats. So in the good old UK, which is just like great for us, just because it's like our place.
This is our street.
It's England and we're in Wales, but it's still like feeling like it's coming to us, which is...
It's close enough.
Yeah, it's close enough. Even though we weren't able to get there because of the pricing and everything, you know, we still felt like it was near home, which is good.
And these are up a bit later than usual because we had a different event happening last night, so we couldn't watch it live. Damn people for booking events that we want to go to or have to go to at the same time as our WWE and AEW stuff. Damn it!
People should really look at our schedule before they book things in advance.
So rude. so rude.
But it's all good. So Money in the Bank. The theme tune is the same as it's been for many, many years. For some reason.
I'm getting bored of that music now.
It is getting a bit. But what can you do? Maybe there's not enough songs about money? No, that can't be right. There's loads of songs about money.
Yeah.
Anyway. So the opening match for this event is the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. I wasn't expecting this to be first.
No.
But it is. So we've got Butch, Shinsuke, Nakamura, Santos, Escobar, Damian Priest, Ricochet, L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
And Logan Paul.
Yeah. No.
Nope. I really enjoyed this match.
I mean, that's pretty much what the crowd was saying.
Yeah, they cheered everyone apart from him.
He was the only person that got booed at the building during the intros to that match. And then anytime he got any offensive in, it was like, nah, screw this guy, boo. Loved it.
Nothing beats a UK crowd for cheering, booing, chanting, and just really expressing their feelings in the most creative ways. The only thing that's come close that we've seen fairly recently is when AEW were in Canada.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I mean, they're still out at the moment, but yeah.
Yes, but their pay-per-view in Canada had similar vibes, though still not quite the same. But
Canadians taking a lesson off the Brits, you see.
And I'd love to see some of the chants from this event making their way to America. I think that'd be great.
I don't think that's going to work.
It's probably not. So the first thing I've written is about Damian Priest's outfit.
Yeah.
Which you suggested might be vaguely inspired by Skeletor, potentially. There's some similarities.
Yeah, yeah.
But my reason for writing it down is because he had trouble getting into the ring with it. He got a bit caught with his shoulder thingies. But it's fine. The camera pulled away as soon as it realised he was having trouble.
It's like, come on, Priest. Like, Legion of Doom could get in with the massive spikes. You can get on with a bunch of foam for shoulders, surely. Or leather, or whatever it is.
Okay, so this match started with everyone attacking Logan Paul, which is great. Loved that. Crowd loved it. There was a spot as well where Damian Priest and Logan Paul attacked Nakamura together, and Logan Paul goes for a high five, and Damian just like slaps him in the face instead.
That's beautiful.
That's great. That's good. Not all my notes are about Logan Paul.
Might have improved his lips.
It's fine.
Nah, it's probably not going to happen. You need like the world's best plastic surgeon for that.
Another high spot, Ricochet just like diving through the gap in a ladder.
Oh god, yeah, that was not. And
the top of the A-frame.
It was the ladder and the ropes.
Yeah.
It was like,
he usually jumps through the ropes, but the ladder was in the way, and he went right through that. It's not a big gap.
I don't know how you did that.
So it's super impressive.
That's literal threading the needle.
So then the match continues. You've got really good spots with, I think all the guys had a really good opportunity to show what they've got. The only underdog, I suppose, the only sort of weak link was maybe Logan Paul. He did have some good moves, for sure.
But he was also carried by Ricochet.
He was, and that's the bit I'm coming up to now, where Ricochet and Logan Paul are both on the ladder. LA Knight, pushes the ladder over, sending Ricochet and Logan Paul to be like standing on the ropes. And Logan Paul had a lot of trouble getting his footing.
Ricochet's just like, I'm a ballerina.
Like, he's a natural. I don't know.
Oh, I'm on the ropes with one toe. Like, la la la.
I don't know what the thought process or the discussion was about them having this spot, but I don't think Paul was quite ready for it. Couldn't get his footing. Ricochet just like nailed it and grabbed him. Did the sort of
not only did he keep himself afloat, he kept that other guy afloat.
Yeah.
And I think he hit like a Spanish fly through tables on the outside, and it's like,
it did look like.
Why isn't Ricochet getting more of a spotlight?
I know he should. It did look like a really nasty landing for Logan Paul.
Good.
But I think that'll be a lot to do with how he was not in a prepared state for that move. Ricochet just like, we have to do this or you're just going to fall off and make yourself look like an idiot.
Yeah, I guarantee you there's some Logan Paul marks up there going, oh, he did so great in this match. Nothing went wrong with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, go back and look at that moment where he can't even stand up straight.
Or people will be blaming Ricochet for putting him headfirst through a table. But
crap.
Yeah, we're still going to put that to one side. We have opinions. So does most of the UK, apparently.
Oh, yeah. And pretty much all the UK does not like that guy.
I know a lot of like boos and things in premium live events is to do with storyline. Sometimes it's to do with the actual people, and sometimes it's to do with they're the villains, so you've gotta boo them. So
I firmly believe this is to do with him, not the storyline, because there has been no storyline.
There hasn't been any.
I'm in the ladder match. That's the storyline. Oh, great.
Yeah. But even that would deserve a boo because he didn't have to qualify like the other contenders did.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's reasons. Okay, so it looks like LA Knight is gonna get the briefcase.
Yeah.
But up comes Damian Priest right up that ladder, hits a broken arrow off that
like a
ladder
variation of it,
onto a ladder that's horizontally across between the ropes and the main ladder's rungs. So right onto that. Ouch for both of them. These ladders, they don't break.
They were solid.
I don't know if they've like got a new supplier for ladders.
They were solid steel ladders.
Oh, they're proper UK ladders. Who do them right. But yeah, there's no ladders broke at all. Not even a slight bend.
I don't think it bent out of shape.
Yeah, they were solid, and that was
wild.
It would have been painful. So after hitting that move, Damian Priest climbs back up the ladder, uncontested, grabs that briefcase, and he is Senor Money in the Bank.
I was just gonna
say, as he says later on. A great start.
Yeah.
Surprised it was the start, but I think it worked.
It kind of makes sense though, because then you've got when Finn and Seth are going to fight later on, it's like Finn might be looking over his shoulder like, where's Priest? And Seth's going to be looking like, where's Priest?
Yeah, definitely. And it's sort of a good opportunity to show the crowd, to show what the crowd's going to be like for the rest of the event. Although I think they've got a good sort of showing of that from SmackDown previously as well. Yeah,
Raw.
Good. Raw. No, when it SmackDown, that was in London.
Oh, right, yeah. Sorry.
As in, they know what the crowd was going to be like because they were that rowdy on SmackDown.
Yeah.
They're only going to be hotter in Premium Live event. First match, not a bad start.
So you predicted Priest to win it, I predicted LA Knight. They were the top two favourites, and I backed the wrong horse. I wanted Priest to win, because I prefer Damian Priest. I like the Judgment Day, as I've said before. I like Damian Priest. Unfortunately, I just figured they were going to go for the safe bet. But,
your logic was completely sound, and the crowd was so over LA Knight. Is that the right term, or is that the wrong one?
No, that's right, yeah, over.
They liked him.
He's over. He's over with the crowd.
He's over with the crowd.
Yeah, the crowd's not over him, he's over with the crowd.
I'm still learning.
Yeah.
There are a lot of yeah signs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good stuff. Okay. Anything else you want to say about that match before we
No, it was a good start, and there's a lot of moving parts, and it was nuts.
It was nuts. Love it. We have a Ronda Rousey video package.
Yeah.
And we were saying to each other we can forgive them for having filler after a ladder match because they've got some cleaning up to do.
Tables are broken. They got so many ladders on ringside.
Yeah. So it's all good. And then we move into the next match, which is for the Undisputed Women's Tag Team Championships. we have Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, who are the current champions, versus Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. Not a bad match.
It was pretty decent.
There were some great spots, and there's an unexpected twist, which we'll get to in a minute. I should have said right at the beginning. Spoiler warning.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're watching the video called reactions.
Yeah.
If you're not expecting spoilers, then you clearly don't know the meaning of the word reactions.
Exactly. It's all good. So we talked in our predictions video about how this match came about and everything. I think it started out really well. You had everyone sort of showing what they were, and there's a lot of different styles in this match. Ronda and Shayna are both submission and like just grind them down kind of thing.
It's MMA, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got Liv Morgan sort of a bit more crazy, trying to do more high flying and sort of agile kind of work. And then Rodriguez doing other stuff.
It's more like a powerhouse kind of, I guess.
She did power out of a couple of armbar from Shayna, didn't she? Which is pretty cool. But then, not long into the match, really, it didn't feel like a lot of time passed. I think maybe it's just a short match. There was Shayna had a Karafuda clutch on Liv Morgan.
I'd say that was maybe 10, 12 minutes in.
Yeah.
Because there was a part at the beginning as well, because they've been grinding down Liv Morgan for quite a while, and Liv was trying to get the tag, and Ronda puts a stop to it, and she just kind of stands there with her back to Raquel, like, taunting her, like oh, look, shoulders.
That was quite funny.
Dumbest thing ever. Shoulders. Oh, look, I got shoulders. Everyone's got shoulders.
She has a broad back. I don't know.
I don't know if that's the thing you want to gloat as a woman.
It's a lot of back.
Baby back ribs.
Don't talk to me about ribs. I have cravings for ribs. There's a lot of ribs mentioned in this Premium Live event.
Anyway.
Yeah, so Shayna had the Karafuda clutch on Liv Morgan, and Liv managed to get out of it amazingly, which is, you wouldn't expect. And then Shayna gets backed into the corner.
Oh, so she's still kind of in it. Shayna hadn't let go, I don't think.
I think she had. I think she'd stumbled back into the corner after Liv was out.
I'm pretty sure she still had a hold of Liv, right?
Maybe I'm remembering it wrong. I can't remember.
One of us is right, one of us is wrong. Let us know in the comments below.
It doesn't matter. She's in the corner, and Ronda tags herself in, gets into the ring, and then
blind tag just on the back.
Shayna attacks her.
Snaps.
She attacks her partner, her friend, and then leaves.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
It was
badass Shayna's back.
Out of the blue.
Oh, badass Shayna's back. Bring it. So ready for this.
It's good. We need that. Less of this lackey Shayna. We want it front and centre.
Yeah. Screw Ronda Rousey. Yeah. Shayna's where it's at.
So when Ronda's on her own, shell-shocked and having just been attacked by the other baddest woman in the planet. On the planet? In the planet. I don't know.
So is Ronda the baddest woman on the planet and Shayna's the baddest woman in the planet?
Yeah. That'll do. Liv and Rodriguez get... I don't know why, sometimes they use the first name and sometimes they use the surname and it gets a bit muddled. But they manage to keep Ronda down.
Yep.
And Liv hits the Oblivion.
Yeah.
And pins her for the win.
Yeah. New tag team champs.
New tag team champs.
Not that it matters because you probably won't see the belts for a few weeks.
No, and now you've got one less tag team.
Yeah.
Considering.
Great.
I wonder if it's because...
They only allowed four women's tag teams in the entire thing. So when one comes back, another has to split.
But I reckon because Ronda and Shayna as a tag team are unstoppable, if they kept it, there's, like we were saying in the predictions, there's nothing they can do. There's no one they can put against them without something major happening to get the championships off them. So they can't stay as a tag team.
But the problem you've got with this, and technically it was the right thing to do with the terms of Shayna turning on Ronda, but in my mind they've done it too early.
Yeah.
They should have had it go for a few months, have all the teams just smashing against the rocks, and then have someone else come in, or have someone like Alba Fire And Isla Dawn, come back up and be like, right, we never had a rematch, so how about we get it now? And then have Shayna turn on her during that match in the same circumstances.
Yeah.
I feel that this has gone from, okay, this could be a really good build. They've just got the belts. Let's keep her on them for a couple of months and then sour the milk and go nuts for it. But instead, they've just gone, let's take the end result and just go here. Yeah, that'll do. Let's give them a week.
Yeah.
I feel it was a bit too rushed.
So it devalues the uniting of the championships.
Yeah. It has, yeah. Absolutely has.
Yeah.
We predicted Shayna and Ronda to win that one, by the way.
Oh. Well, no one would have seen that coming. So.
No, I certainly didn't. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, what a twist. Which I think, it elevates that match, I think, having that twist in there. Something
and now
really draws the attention.
We'll probably get Ronda versus Shayna at SummerSlam.
Yeah, that'd be good. Speaking of SummerSlam,
yeah.
the next
really?
thing is a SummerSlam ad. There's lots of cars in it.
I am the lord of the segues, the king of the segue.
So segue.
Boom.
And then we have an interview with Damian Priest.
What date is SummerSlam?
I can't remember.
August 5th.
August 5th. Thanks.
In Detroit.
Detroit. It's the Motor City?
Yeah.
That's where it is, apparently. There's an interview with Damian Priest where he's being asked what he's going to do now. He's got the briefcase and he basically lists all the championships and says, we'll see.
I kind of just want to go cash it in when the hell I want and walk off.
None of your business.
Yeah.
And then we have a trailer for Mission Impossible.
Part 1.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the matches. So next we've got
back to the wrestling.
Back to the wrestling. We don't want to watch your film trailers. We're here for wrestling. And we got the match for the Intercontinental Championship. Riddle versus Gunther. Another good match.
Yep.
I haven't got many notes because it wasn't sort of a spot fest kind of deal, but some excellent technical wrestling.
Yeah, it's very technical.
Some hard hitting stuff. Not very long, but I think it was sort of just right for this sort of matchup. So they didn't drag it out too long.
Thank God we don't have to look at Riddle that long ago. His manky feet.
I'm sure his feet are very clean.
I don't care. Wear some shoes. Jesus. If Rusev could not wear shoes, why is Riddle getting away with it? Why is Solo Sikoa getting away with it?
They've changed their minds.
Bollocks.
It's the style of wrestling. I don't know. There's reasons for it.
Yeah.
So we've got Matt Riddle had an ankle injury not long ago. So he's all taped up. And there's a lot of talk about how it's a target. And it definitely was. As you could see, even when Gunther wasn't getting the ankle, he was reaching for the ankle.
Smart though.
Yeah, completely smart. If someone's coming into the ring not 100% and you need to beat them, of course you're going to go for that weakness. So go for it. And it's Gunther, so obviously he's going to try and inflict as much pain as possible. I was surprised at the lack of shenanigans. I think.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that actually.
Is very much clean.
Giovanni and Ludwig didn't stay around ringside either.
But it's good. Like sometimes it happens too often with a team that they only win because of shenanigans.
Roman Reigns.
Yes, but
so I got a bit of a cough.
This sort of goes to show Gunther can take Matt Riddle on his own. He doesn't need help.
Easy.
And we knew that anyway.
Easy.
But sometimes Matt Riddle needs to be told.
Back in your place, Riddle.
So saying that, Gunther beats Matt Riddle with a Achilles lock.
Yep.
This is after he's slapped the top of his foot.
Oh, he was belting it, yeah.
Just slapping the heel, and then puts the Achilles lock on. And
it's like a heel hook.
Yeah. Riddle taps out.
We predicted Gunther to win, and we both got that correct.
Yay.
Yeah, I thought this was better than expected.
Yeah.
It was about the right length. It did what it needed to do. Establish Gunther. Yeah, and then
definitely
continue.
What we didn't predict.
Shing.
Drew McIntyre shows up completely out of the blue, but British crowd.
Yeah.
So
it makes sense to have him come back in Britain.
Definitely makes sense. They go crazy. Not that the crowd didn't go crazy for everything, because
as Pat Patterson would have said, the crowd going banana.
Exactly. So he gets into the ring, faces up to Gunther, and headbutts him right in the
face.
face.
He smacks him so hard.
Then he gets delivers a claymore and then picks up the championship belt.
He is doing the stupid 3-2-1 again, though.
Yeah. He is. Gets the crowd going.
Yep. They did mention, I think it was before the match started, that the only two people who have held the IC title longer than Gunther at this point is the Honky Tonk Man and Macho Man Randy Savage. I wouldn't be upset if they defeated the title run of Honky Tonk, but don't go over Macho Man's. Seriously.
We shall see.
Macho Man's a true legend, and he does not deserve to have that record taken away from him.
But you know what WWE likes?
Yeah.
Breaking records.
But you know what Drew McIntyre likes? Breaking faces.
Breaking faces. With his head and his foot.
Yeah.
Anything else
well,
he can do.
with anything in his body, I think. He doesn't really care. He's not really a bodyist. He's like, oh, there's your face. I'm going to break it open with my pinky.
It could happen. Yeah. Awesome. Anything else about that match and whole sort of series of events?
I reckon we'll probably see Gunther and Drew at SummerSlam again.
Yeah.
Again, they're kind of leaning into the SummerSlam because it's one of the biggest big four, we'll call them.
Not got a lot of time for build-up.
We got about 5 weeks, give or take, so it's enough if it's done right.
Yeah, we'll see.
But I don't know if I want to see Drew beat Gunther. I don't think he's the right person.
Who is?
And I like Drew, don't get me wrong, but I prefer to see Drew chasing than holding.
Yeah, I think that's...
I think he's a bit of a bland champion. Well, here is where it is.
Next match then.
Yep.
We've got Cody Rhodes versus Dominik Mysterio.
With Mommy.
With Mommy at ringside. We've talked, I don't know if we've talked in these videos or just together about how Cody's music...
So I thought you were going to go about Cody's broken arm then. I was going to go, are you kidding me?
Talked about his broken arm. His music.
I thought you'd go for the sarcastic route.
Most people only sing the woes.
Whoa, yeah.
And not the rest of the words at all.
Not the Brits.
This crowd knows all the words.
Damn straight we do. Damn straight we do.
It's so good. So they're singing on. You can see Cody's just like smiling, like
It's the same with Edge's music. When we were at Clash of the Castle, because we obviously went to Clash of the Castle, and it's usually I see clearly now that's kind of when most of the crowds will start chipping in. The crowd in Cardiff was there from the very beginning to the very end of the playing, just constant. It's like, there we go. We know how to do a proper sing along.
And you know where that comes from? Singing in assemblies at school.
Do you know what? I think that's probably got a thing to do with it. But I think bands like Queen probably spearheaded it as well.
Yeah, they do the interaction kind of thing. But in some places you go to a concert and no one's like singing along for the whole song, and then you come to Britain and everyone's singing along for the whole song.
Yeah. Anyway,
it's good stuff. So this was another good match. Not as I don't know what I expected from it. But wasn't anything special particularly.
That's what I've got, yeah. Decent match, nothing special.
Pretty standard, a bit predictable. It's not always a bad thing. But for a premium live event,
They had to make reference to Cody's broken arm about 15 million times.
Yeah, and then he pulled his cast off.
And then was like, oh, it's healed in like 4 weeks. A broken arm has healed in 4 weeks. No, mate. No.
The doctors were saying it's better, and we were wondering why he still had the cast on.
No.
And Dominik's face was great, though, when he saw Cody pulling the cast on. It's like,
yeah.
Oh, no. And then tried to leave.
So Bryan Danielson suffered what they thought was originally a fracture, and that was going to be 4 to 6 weeks out. It's since been revealed as a clean break of his forearm, and he's going to be out for months.
Yeah.
Legit months. And guess what? He ain't going to be wrestling on the damn thing in a cast.
No. This is not real. It's not.
I just think it's a stupid thing to do.
Yeah, agreed. So once Dominik realises that Cody's at 100%, not that he was actually sort of stunted with the broken arm because he was using it, Dominik tries to escape a couple of times, and Cody just like goes, gets him, fetches him back in the ring, and carries on. There's a spot where the ref is distracted and Rhea Ripley pulls Cody off the apron and so that his head hits some steel steps, which is fun. You gotta have Rhea Ripley joining in.
Yeah. What's the point? What's the point of having her out there all that?
Everyone's there to see Rhea Ripley. Yeah. You could not send Dominik out on his own.
No.
or the crowd would be so annoyed.
Yeah, that's like saying Logan Paul out on his own. Like, nope.
Nope. You did have, and excuse language, chants of, "Oh, Dom is a wanker." True British style chants, these ones.
Yeah.
That word is used an awful lot in this pay-per-view, so if you don't... Sorry, premium live event. So if you don't like that word, you might want to watch with the sound off. They say it a lot.
Not saying that we will say it a lot, but the crowd does say it a lot.
Say it a lot.
Well, there's a lot worse than that.
Oh, yeah, it's minor. It's the sort of word that isn't really used much outside the UK, I believe. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah. I think it's very much a British term.
So we come to the finish.
Also, if you're unaware of what that term is, don't Google it if you're in work or with your parents around.
Yeah.
Just an FYI.
Not safe for work.
No.
So we come to the finish, and Cody hits the crossroad and pins Dominik to win, as expected.
Yep. We did predict Cody to win.
Yep.
I was kind of hoping after Priest won Money in the Bank that they would probably like push Dominik, or well, I mean, there's rumors that Brock Lesnar was going to turn up.
Yeah.
But I did say my predictions. I don't think there's any way they're flying Brock Lesnar out just to be like, oh look, Brock's here. Okay.
So there were rumours of airport sightings, weren't there?
There was, yeah.
Lies.
The problem is you can't believe everything you read on the internet.
No,
so.
Probably...
It's a blonde guy who's 6'3". It must be Brock Lesnar. Nope.
It could be someone from WWE just sowing some rumours to try and hide the fact that someone else is turning up in a second.
Oh, wait.
So, after the match finishes, some familiar music hits. John Cena. John Cena is in London.
I wasn't sure what they were playing. I was like, this is an advert. They just cut to the wrong camera. Wait, it's on the script. Wait, what? Wait, what?
So
what?
They didn't fly Brock Lesnar out. They flew John Cena out.
I bet he was filming something somewhere.
Maybe.
Like close by, or not close by, maybe somewhere in Europe, or maybe even Britain somewhere. And they were just like, hey, you got like 10 minutes?
Yeah. And what a 10 minutes.
You teasing little so-and-so.
So he's talking a lot about how the British crowd, like we've been saying, is the best crowd. They're just so into it, the chants and everything. He was saying that some of the higher-ups don't like it because the crowd try and take control. And he's like, do you try and take control? And they're all like, yes! It's amazing.
But like it's true, because if you not so much to take control, but you go and watch what was the last PLE Night of Champions in Saudi? That's probably not a good thing. Was it Backlash before that one? I think you go and watch Backlash, and then watch this one, right?
So different,
and the crowd is just completely different. It's completely changed.
Yeah.
And this is going to sound, and again, I'm not like negative against WWE. I've been watching for years. I love WWE and love the product. There's bits of it that irks me. But you go and watch an AEW show, and you watch this, and the crowd is very different in them as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, they do mute some of the sounds, and then they pipe in their own for their own agenda, and you cannot do that.
No.
You just have to run with it.
Yeah.
AEW doesn't do that. Ring of Honor doesn't do that. No. New Japan doesn't do that. WWE does.
There's a history of the crowd reaction can change a story. It can change a character. And if you start piping stuff in, then you take away that element, and that's an element that the crowd loves, because they have an input into the product.
It sets a dangerous precedent.
Yeah, exactly.
At that point, you might as well just go into movie making or TV show making, where you get the final say, because you don't want the crowd to have a say.
Yeah.
Because that's effectively what they're doing.
No, you've got a new wrestler comes in, they do what they think they're going to do, the crowd reacts, and then the wrestler has to react to that and build their character around that reaction, or do what they can to change. If they actually need a certain reaction, they clearly need to do something different.
Yeah,
it's got to be natural, and otherwise, what's the point? Just watch a scripted TV show instead.
Yeah.
But John Cena is talking about how the British crowd, in particular London, he's focusing on London, but we were at Clash of the Castle is pretty much the same sort of atmosphere.
Well,
apart from they say wanker slightly differently.
You're a wanker, but I mean, Clash of the Castle did 3 times the amount as well. Of people, or just over 3 times the amount of people.
Yeah, it's just a different atmosphere again. It's favourite crowd. They give so much. They care so much about WWE. So it's time to give something back, and he's here to advocate for WrestleMania in London.
A quiver in your voice.
I can't even imagine. It's always been in the US, isn't it? It's never been outside.
Correct.
But why not?
The furthest that we had up until Clash of the Castle was SummerSlam 92.
Yeah. I mean, why not? It's not like they can't draw a crowd in the UK.
Oh, hell no.
It's not like the crowd's going to be flat. They can clearly show that. They're not going to draw any less money, and they've still got Americans who will fly out to the UK and from all over the world.
Europe.
They'll fly into the UK for it. So there's no
It's almost like a central meeting point.
Yeah, the only thing is it's not in the US, but...
That kind of works to the US's advantage and to the rest of the world's advantage too, though, right? So Money in the Bank started at 8 p.m. British time.
Yeah.
3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah.
It's like 2 p.m. Central, I think, something like that. Everyone can watch it there. So let's say you're an 8-year-old child in America. You're watching it at 8 o'clock in the night, which is probably the usual start time, right?
It's past your bedtime.
It's past your bedtime. 10 o'clock, right? Your parents are like, no, go to bed.
And the fans in the UK, it's in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning is the starting time.
Yeah, some people will be watching it, but very few.
And then, like, when it was on a Sunday, it's like WrestleMania Sunday, using that as an example's sake, got work in the morning on Monday. We can't stay up until 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning watching something when we have to go to work at 8 o'clock next morning. You know?
Yeah. And for us, being completely selfish, our only opportunity up till now to go to WrestleMania would be to also have to buy flights and hotels in America, get passports, because I don't have an up-to-date one right now. And this just brings that spark of, oh my goodness, we might actually be able to go.
And I remember seeing, this was a few years back, pre-COVID, someone said they bought tickets, they bought flights, they bought hotels, and they went to apply for a travel visa or whatever it is to get into the country. They put going to WrestleMania, got declined.
What? It's bringing revenue into your country. Let people in.
So there's also that thing of, well, what if you get declined for the visa? You've already bought the tickets, you've already bought the hotels. A lot of that stuff's going to be you can't refund it.
And it's expensive.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean...
We are advocating, Lealon Presents is advocating WrestleMania in Britain. WrestleMania 41. Bring it. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's go. 2025.
I'm already going to book the hotels now. When's it? Just for the whole year, just in case.
It's usually the sort of first weekend in April or last weekend in March, so...
Book it now before they announce the dates. Otherwise the prices are going to just go.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so he's advocating for WrestleMania in London. And then some more music hits. And we're like, what's that?
Yeah, who's this? What?
It's like, I recognise it. I can't remember who it is. It's Grayson Waller, who comes out.
Go back to your penal colony, mate.
We do get, just to like add to us not recognising the music for a bit, the whole crowd are chanting, "Who are ya?" Which is great. He's been around a lot recently, but...
Yeah, he was in NXT still, got drafted up.
Yeah, he's not quite... I think he's making his position known, but not 100%
well,
there
the problem is he broke his leg.
So
he had some sort of broken leg injury, and he hasn't been able to wrestle.
So he's only been doing the Grayson Waller effect talk show thing. So he comes out, and he's like, why would you have it in the UK? That's stupid. Let's have it in Australia.
Let's not.
I mean, it might be cool, but that doesn't help us go.
It won't be cool.
It'll be really hot.
It'll be roasting.
It'll be horrible. There'll be spiders.
No, we're good.
No,
we're good.
thank you.
Thanks.
So he's talking to John Cena, saying, you know what, your career is failing now. You keep losing. I'm going to give you a break and help you out. And when we do WrestleMania Australia, you can be on the Grayson Waller effect. And Cena's like, you know what? I decline, and goes to leave. But Waller attacks him from behind. John Cena attacks him back. The crowd's happy because Cena gets...
It's attitude adjustment on him.
can't see me, and then that's it. So maybe there'll be some sort of fight about whether it's going to be in London or in Australia.
Maybe.
Could be something. Maybe they'll do some stupid talk show games thing to fight for it. I feel like if now that they've sort of brought up that it could be one or the other, they can't just leave it there. But I do feel like bringing that up in London, they can't really not do it now.
That's like dangling the carrot and then taking it away, going, ha, psych!
They have to, right? Either
they absolutely have
WrestleMania 41 or maybe 42 at a push will be in London.
Or 40's in Philadelphia, which is next year's.
Yeah.
They haven't announced the location for 41, but I'm assuming talks are taking place.
Yeah.
Now, my inkling would be if talks are taking place, they are obviously in contention to be like, right, we got a serious offer, and now they're kind of pushing Cena out to be like, let's gauge the crowd and see what they think. Let's gauge social media and see what they think. They've
gauged that crowd. All over it.
That whole idea, and the British crowd just gave more nuclear power than the entirety of Russia to that theory.
Yeah, I'm here for it. Do it! WrestleMania London! Yes, please.
So excited to see this.
I'm already booking
It's like never thought this thing had ever happened.
I know.
And here we go.
I'm so excited.
Like, I know Drew's kind of teased it in interviews and stuff, it'd be really nice to see it. But to have Cena, like, the greatest of all time, as Michael Cole calls him, come out and be like, yeah, how about WrestleMania in London? And everyone's just going, what?
Yeah, and to put the point on it, this is the only thing that he did at this Premium Live event, was to come out and advocate for WrestleMania in London. It's not like he happened to be doing other things for the show and just happened to say it.
I reckon 41. I reckon WrestleMania 41.
Yeah.
2025.
We need to get hashtags going or join in some hashtags. Make sure it happens.
It'll be interesting to see because they usually publish how successful Premium like they did for Backlash, which is in Puerto Rico. They're going to do it for this because it was obviously in London, England.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what that whole revenue and what the class as a success, because it will have been a success.
Yeah.
Oh God, Wembley Stadium. Wembley Stadium, run it back. SummerSlam '92. 90,000 fans.
We'll be there.
Oh, hell yeah, we'll be there.
We'll be there. We're going to do everything. Anyway.
And if you're going to bring WrestleMania to Britain, you have to bring the one and only Stone Cold Steve Austin to Britain too, right? I will probably freak so hard and probably have a heart attack and die.
But it'll be a good way to go, right?
I will die happy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we should probably get back to the show.
Yeah.
Whew. Exciting stuff though. My goodness. Next match is the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. So we got Bayley, we've got Io Sky, Zelina Vega, Zoey Stark, Trish Stratus, and Becky Lynch. Now, the announcer does mess up.
Oh, yeah.
The ring announcer says that Bayley is representing the Judgment Day.
Representing Judgment Day, Bayley! And it's like, what?
Oops. And another mess up comes from the announced team.
Good old Michael Cole.
That he calls it the Money in the Contract ladder match. I kind of like that.
So
one.
have you got a contract and it's like two bits of paper glued together, and you've got to kind of carefully tear around or something to get into this envelope to pull out.
There's like a £5 note in there. Money in the contract.
Like an old school one, so you could tear the damn thing.
Mhm.
Because I'm not sure, I think America still use like paper/cotton kind of notes.
Okay.
Britain are using plastic notes.
Yeah.
Like a polymer.
So they don't get wrecked in the wash as much.
And for security issues as well.
Sure, that's the reason.
Anyway.
Yeah, so before the bell even rings, Zoey Stark runs out to attack Becky Lynch, who's like the last person to come down.
Yep.
It's great. You've got Hey Bayley songs happening. It wasn't as much as I expected.
No. SmackDown was a lot louder for that.
Yeah, so I don't know whether they muted it at all or
no,
if it was
I think
the crowd were interested in other stuff.
I think it was that. Yeah, I think
Which
it was that.
Probably the best way.
I think if you try muting the British crowd, there probably would have been riots.
Yeah.
So that's not a good idea.
Yes, it's good. They did it enough that Bayley was like yelling at them to shut up, but not too much that it was really distracting, which is good.
Yeah.
Had a nice balance. I felt like Trish Stratus was a bit of a weak link.
Oh, yeah.
There were a couple of moves that just didn't quite look right from her. A bit ring rust, I guess. I don't know. She hasn't got it anymore. I don't know.
She's been out of the business for like 20 years, so whatever it is.
I don't get it. Zoey Stark's real good, though.
She has potential.
She could be up there.
In a few years' time, I think.
She got a vicious streak.
Yeah.
I like it.
What they should have had, possibly, is Trish and Zoey going for the tag titles instead.
Maybe they will now. I don't know. Maybe. So there's some, as we expected, some fun spots between Io Sky and Bayley. Where they're like both trying to climb the ladder and they're like looking at each other like, what are you doing? You can't climb the ladder, I'm going to climb the ladder. So a bit of competition there. So they're not exactly working together, which was, we kind of expected them not to because of the way it's been led up to this. We've got Zelina Vega at the top of... No, that's not right. Io Sky at the top of the ladder. And Zoey Stark and Zelina dragging the ladder with her on it to get her away from the briefcase.
Yeah.
Bit hairy, but it's fine.
A little bit.
And then... I can't remember what happened just after. You've also got a spot where Zelina hits Zoey with code red from the top of the ladder onto, again, a horizontal ladder.
Bridge kind of...
Which looked real painful. And again, these ladders don't break.
Nope.
Don't break at all.
It bounced, it fell, didn't buckle, didn't break. WWE bought the stock of AEW ladders.
Maybe.
Like, damn, dude.
Something else, and I can't see it. Io Sky is about to get the briefcase and Bayley pushes it over, which sort of makes everyone think, oh.
Yeah, and you can see they zoom in on Bayley and she's like, what have I done? Screw it, ladder.
You have another point, which I thought I wrote it. It was earlier on, so I have missed it. It's fine. At one point, you've got two ladders. Trish Stratus ends up sort of horizontal between them, and Zelina Vega uses her as a bridge.
Oh,
just like,
yeah.
I thought she sort of tensed up like she was doing a bridge, like yoga move thing. I was like, that's a bit of a weird position. And then Zelina steps on her. It's like, oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Bracing the core. Gotcha. But yeah, that's great. And she's got some core strength if she can take
I think
that,
she does
Zelina.
fitness stuff now, I think.
She must do. That's pretty cool. So there's really cool spots in this
match. Yep.
Just a couple of missteps along the way. But it's just all right. There were things that like they didn't quite seem to go right, but they covered it well and just plowed on, which is what you're going to do.
Which is great because, like we said in the prediction video previous years, there've been some really big botches in these matches.
Yeah, they really have, and it's like, so dangerous.
And it just looks so crappy because of it.
Yeah. We had some handcuffs come out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it was Zoey Stark.
It was Zoey and
Trish, trying to handcuff Becky to the ropes, but specifically trying to get it in like the turnbuckle. The turnbuckle, the rod thing that attaches it to the ropes. Yeah. Which looked pretty awkward, and you were saying why not just
slap her on the rope? She's not going to get in the ring because the chain is about this big.
But they don't manage it, so then Bayley's just got the handcuffs just hanging on her wrist. Becky, my bad. Too many B's.
I know, right?
And then, unless you've got anything else, that
Nope.
sort of leads towards the finish.
Nope.
So you've got Becky and Bayley sort of going up the ladder either side and trying to sort of fight each other through the ladder. Io Sky gets pretty close and notices that they're quite close to each other, hanging into the ladder, I suppose. Gets the handcuff that's loose from Becky's wrist and attaches Becky to Bayley through the ladder. So they can't go anywhere.
Just like crap.
And then to add insult to injury, Io Sky goes to the side of the ladder that Bayley is on and physically climbs over her.
Yeah.
Gets up the ladder, grabs the briefcase, and wins.
Yeah.
What a moment. She literally stands on Bayley's shoulder.
So is she now Senpai Money in the Bank?
Senpai Money in the Bank. Nice. It was good. Entertaining.
I like the ending to that. That was great. And I think this is the end of Damage Control.
Mm-hmm. I think it has
There's
to
no
be.
way Bayley's going to let that she's going to hold such a grudge, or she'll probably try and play it off and be like, oh yeah, well, and then she'll attack Io at some point.
Yeah, just with the fact that Io could have climbed over Becky and chose deliberately to climb over Bayley. It just really rubs salt in the wound. Like, nice one.
Yep.
The crowd were behind Io Sky from the start.
Yeah.
Every time she got close to climbing up that ladder, they were chanting her name. It was great, and she got it, and they went crazy.
We did predict Io Sky to win the match, so we both got that right.
Amazing. Next, we've got the World Heavyweight Championship on the line, and we've got Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins.
Seth freaking Rollins. Every time, Leanne.
We have the traditional singing of the Seth Rollins song. It only goes on they only leave it for about a minute or so. So it's okay. And the crowd were very good at stopping when it looked like it was time to stop. So
yeah, I was surprised by that, actually.
Well done, London. You did good. Because sometimes it can get a bit
we don't
much.
take over the show, Vince.
Exactly.
We don't try and make it about ourselves, Triple H. WrestleMania in London, now.
Yes, do it.
Now.
It's usually the American show that seems to go on forever and ever and never stop, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just, oh, gosh. Great match. Another one I didn't get a lot of notes on. There weren't so much really high spots, but just the storytelling and the talent in this match is off the charts. It's good stuff. Partway through the match, Damian Priest does come out with his briefcase.
Yep.
And you've just got Seth like watching him as he walks down. Like, what are you up to? And then he sits down. Damian, that is. Seth doesn't sit down.
Yeah.
He's still fighting. And then when Finn Balor goes for a coup de grace, or a coup de grace.
Yeah, thanks, Michael Cole. Because he's hit a few on the outside at this point.
A few on the outside. So he goes for his classic one from the corner. Damian Priest just stands up. And then Finn's like, what are you doing? And then gives a chance for Seth to move. So the coup de grace misses. Seth gets the stomp and pins Finn to win.
See, until that point, Finn, in my mind, was wrestling an expert match.
Yeah.
Everything Seth threw at him, he almost had a counter for everything.
But he just got distracted.
Yep.
He should have just carried on.
Yep. We both predicted Seth to retain.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we were right.
Unfortunately.
I would have loved to have seen Finn Balor won that.
Yeah, it would have been great. But now it's sort of fracturing Judgment Day instead.
Damian's going to have to answer for this on Raw Monday night.
But you can just be like, I just stood out in my chair. I was getting a bit sore. I didn't do anything wrong. Finn, you're just paranoid.
My arse was going numb.
You're just paranoid, Finn. You shouldn't have been distracted by me standing up. I did nothing. Yeah. Great match.
Yep. Yeah, enjoy that.
I did not say much. Sorry. Okay. Then we had a video package for Edge. Out of the blue. But everyone loves Edge, so why not? And then we go up to the stands where there's an interview with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn after retaining their tag team championships on SmackDown previously.
Yep.
So they're all celebrations, and then they're asking about the Civil War match, which is coming up, and sort of how they feel about it. So Sami's just talking about that. Nothing special. They're just going to enjoy watching it from at the top. You got the fans just like singing Sami Zayn's song, just like reaching up to them because they're in the sort of VIP seats at the top.
Skybox, and then they called it.
I'm like, I can see them. I'd love to have been there.
Well, we will be in a few days to see our concert.
We'll be where they were.
Oh, imagine.
Standing in the spaces.
Well, in the skybox, I doubt that.
Not there.
Oh.
Not there. And now it's time. Hang on.
They've posted to fall off again, folks.
I can't have it wrong. It's time for. I'm gonna have to hold them.
No.
The and signs of the PLE. The and signs of the PLE. Play. That's good timing.
I'm trying.
Aha! Alright, signs are a bit scarce again, but I did get 3, so we're gonna still do the segment. The segment is not dead. Yet. Okay, so in third place this time we've got it's just a cutout of the British Bulldog action figure. Oh no! Everything's gone wrong. Don't let them see.
Continue.
I mainly put this one in the list because it gave Alan some nostalgia feels.
Mm-hmm. I had that action figure.
He's got the action figure. It was when you said that you
I still got it.
put his arms up and then put another wrestler figure on him and then he just slams it down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty fun.
Pretty basic, but every wrestling figure of that sort of that day and age had a move. Undertaker was like a clothesline where the body would twist and his arm would be like this and you'd crack it back and his arm would flick out and then he would...
That's like so good though for the time. And just like you can have an action figure that actually does a move. That's something special.
Yeah.
So it's quite cool. I don't know, the person with this sign, I guess it is still a sign, it's cardboard. They kept like pointing to it. I'm not quite sure what they were trying to indicate.
It's, British Bulldog,
British.
That's my inkling.
Yeah. Second place. This was when Seth Rollins came out. And it said, whoa, oh. So it's just being held up whenever they were singing the song.
Yeah.
It was quite good. It's like, maybe they'd lost their voice and wanted to still join in.
Oh. Maybe they didn't know the words.
Maybe. They wrote them down so everyone could see. I thought it was fun.
I just imagine this guy's there and he's like, as the song's going along his side.
And in first place...
The karaoke.
And this one, we did see on SmackDown as well, and I was hoping that I would see it during the PLE. Solo ate my sign, and it's got bite marks out of two of the corners. It's great.
Yeah.
I love that one. It's fun. There was another special mention to a sign that I might have just not been able to read properly, which is why it didn't make the list, because I couldn't be sure that it actually said what I thought it said. But to me, it looked like something Cody Rhodes. I don't know if that's real, but if that was real, it would have made the list. But I couldn't be sure. I don't want to put fake signs on the list.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Leanne signs at the PLE. Leanne signs at the PLE. Play.
Gently put this down
gently.
So we don't get cancelled.
Don't break it. Ah.
You want more than it already is?
So broken. Hey, guess what?
What?
It's time for the main event. I can still do it in WWE, right?
Yeah, we did for the prediction.
Fine. Civil War.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. The bloodline is breaking. But how broken is it? Very. So broken. So we've got Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa versus the Usos. And right from the start, F you, Roman. Before the bell even rings, there's a lot of
derogatory chants.
Tribal wanker.
Yeah.
Say it quietly, no one will mind. A lot. There was something else as well. You can't make out all of them, unfortunately. No. There was tribal something, and it might have been the B word, but I don't know.
Maybe.
It's fun anyway, but bad chance for Roman. Solo Sikoa, they love him. Just like Solo Sikoa chants all over the place. And Usos. So it's just Roman they hate. It's great. Paul Heyman did not disappoint with his facial expressions.
Nope. Does he ever?
No, he couldn't. Excellent match. Just storytelling all the way through. Plenty of high spots. That's good. That's really good. I did get a few fun moments on my notes. So there was a point where Roman is demanding that Solo tag him into the ring, and Solo's just like staring at him for ages, and we're just there like, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna do it, or is he gonna hit him in the face?
I want them to spike him in the throat so bad.
So bad. But he tagged him in eventually, but you could tell he didn't want to. There's funny noises in the house. It's windy outside. There was a moment where Roman Reigns goes for the spear after doing the ooh-ah bit. No, that's for the Superman punch. So ooh-ah for the spear.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So I was going on a tribal wanker then.
But obviously because the ooh-ah shows that he's about to do a spear, so the Usos get in and double spear him. But they don't get the pin because Solo breaks it up. And then there's a pretty nasty ref bump.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the ref bump. I've not seen one that actually looked like that's gone really, really,
like,
really
it was
hurt.
a bump that was planned, but it looked like it went wrong.
So it's sort of... Roman gets pushed backwards into the ropes, but the ref's in the way. So he's meant to sort of jump out of the ropes and roll out as if he's being pushed out. Something went wrong, and the ref's leg was still on the inside when Roman collided with the ropes. So his leg got sandwiched between these... It's a high-tension steel cable kind of thing, and Roman's butt. And that looked painful. That poor ref, he's let out a scream, rolled out, and he's just clutching at his leg. Eventually manages to just do the lie still thing. But we were just like, he's not okay. This guy's not okay. Nope. He does get back in.
Yeah.
And we were just like screaming at the TV,
the
get another ref. Why can't anyone in the back see that this guy is hurt? You need another ref. And he's like standing on one foot in the ring, holding onto the ropes to keep himself up. He's not okay. No. I just hope he's all right and it's just like bruising or something. Because that could have been real bad. So hope you're okay, ref. You do. While he's out of the ring, the Usos do manage to pin Roman, but obviously no count. The crowd gets to... Count, yeah. I think the crowd got to about 10, maybe 12.
I think it was
12. But that doesn't count, because you haven't got the ref in there. You've got a Superman punch and a Samoan spike being hit at the same time to the same person.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Ouch. Also, something that could have gone wrong. You got too many hands in the way. Someone could get their hand hit instead. I don't know. It went all right. And after that, Roman and Solo piled the Usos up, and Roman pins both of them as the refs crawled back in. But they both kick out. It's kind of half
crawl. He's like on the apron, just kind of like,
I can make it. But they both kick out, which is a fun moment. Both of them kicking out at the same time. You have, at one point, Solo getting Jimmy onto the announce table. He climbs up onto the barrier by the crowd and tries to do a splash, I think it is, on Jimmy. Yep. But Jimmy moves, and Solo takes that desk all the way.
He almost face plants it.
Yeah. A little bit rough. While that's happening, Jay and Roman are in the ring. Roman pins Jay in a bit of an awkward position. Jay kicks out and has his arms coming up. Whether it's intentional or not, I don't know. But it's a low blow, and Roman's
face.
He sells it. Ouchies.
Yeah.
Then you get the Usos, double super kick to Roman, double super kick to Solo, another one to Roman. Jace does a splash, pins Roman, and the Usos win.
First time in 3.5 years, Roman's been pinned. Yes.
I keep doing a dance, and then my phone asks me if I want to undo my typing. Oops.
So in the predictions, I originally predicted Roman and Solo, and I did state that after SmackDown, because we were watching it live at 8 p.m, we had until midnight to change the prediction we wanted to. I did change the prediction to Usos after the events of SmackDown. As such, we both got that one correct. So, yeah.
It's good. What a finish. The crowd loved it.
One thing that I noticed was when Heyman had the belts. Yes. He had all 3 belts. And one of them had red side plates on them. And I'm like, hang on a minute. That's not Roman Reigns' logo. That looks like the Brock Lesnar side plates. And I've got an image. I've got a tab button on my phone. And I'll put it in here somewhere. Just to show that something... We don't quite know why they've decided to use Brock Lesnar's side plates on the WWE Championship. My surmisation is they only have 4 Roman Reigns plates. Yeah. And they couldn't make them in time for when this new belt was unveiled a few weeks back.
But then surely they have the generic
WWE plates, which I'm sure they just took off the heavyweight championship, and they would be the same damn size.
Something went wrong, but we did notice because we tried to look back, and we noticed that when they were entering, Paul Heyman seemed to almost deliberately have the side plates covered up. Yeah. So he probably just...
Someone's managed to post a shot. I think it was on Twitter. I saw it, and you can see the part of it. And then there's a shot of Brock Lesnar holding the belt with the plates on it. You can see it's the exact same plate. So
can't mistake it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What an event.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know whether my favourite part of the event was John Cena saying that we should have WrestleMania in London. I think it might be.
So, that's your favourite part of the event, maybe, but what's your favourite match?
My favourite match is fairly close. I think I'll go with Civil War match.
Yeah.
The men's Money in the Bank match comes close, but not quite. I think that, I don't know, it just felt like it was the right match at the right time.
I see where you're going with that, yeah. No, I get that. And as good as Civil War was, I really did enjoy it. But I'm going to go with Money in the Bank, men's Money in the Bank match, just because there was a lot more frenetic action.
Yeah,
you got to see a lot more showing from people who aren't really given much of a spotlight these days, unfortunately.
Very true.
Like Ricochet. When was the last time we saw Ricochet in a high-stakes match? When was the last time we saw Shinsuke Nakamura in a high-stakes match? LA Knight's first ladder match. Damian Priest's first Money in that ladder match. Yeah. And seeing Damian Priest win it, that was great.
That was great.
And seeing another certain person get the hell beaten out of him was also great, you know? Because that's how they started. All 6 of them piled on this little rat.
Yeah, he didn't have much of a showing other than getting beat up.
Good, good. Least favourite match?
Dominik, Cody.
Yeah.
I've put that it could have been the women's tag, but the Shayna attack just elevated it. So Dominik, Cody, I put as my lowest
I have to agree with that. I have to agree with that. It's hard because it was a good match.
It was good. It just wasn't a premium live event match.
That could have been a Monday Night Raw main event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Didn't have that extra spark, I suppose.
Okay. Anything else to say?
It's great. And
WrestleMania in London.
WrestleMania in London.
Let's go!
Just move WrestleMania 40 to London. I mean...
They won't now because they've already started, Anyway.
They would never, but imagine.
Take us home, man.
Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate you guys. Please like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And hit the bell to be notified when we drop new videos. Follow us on our socials. Our link tree's in the description below, which will take you to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Talk to us in the comments. Let us know how excited you are for WrestleMania London. What was your favourite or least favourite match? Let us know. Let's have a chat. And you can also talk to us on socials if you prefer that option. But comments are good. We like comments.
Thanks to everyone who leaves a comment on one of our videos.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think that's it. So the next Premium Live event is going to be SummerSlam.
Yep.
In August.
Yep.
So I guess we'll see you then. But in the meantime, we'll be dropping plenty of other content. Board games, video games, all sorts of things. Maybe some musical things in there.
Ooh.
Maybe get some metal in your veins. So check that out. We do put weekly updates on our socials with what's coming up. So have a look. Anything else you want to say?
Lone Wolf Baron Corbin is back in NXT. Yes! Boom.
Okay, bye.
Lone wolf.
Be a lone wolf. That's the sign off now.